Morning, everybody. The yoga philosophy word that I'm focusing on this week is the fourth of the Yamas, which is Brahmacharya. And it has a few different translations. The one that resonates most with me is right use of energy. And it has to do with putting some thought into where you direct your energy, whether the things that you're doing are serving you or others, or whether you're just wasting your time doing, things that don't matter or don't make you feel good or make others feel good. And that's, in a physical way and emotional and spiritual. And it also deals with excess, like taking in too much of something, trying to avoid that, like when we binge on certain foods. Food is a fuel that we need, but if we take in too much, it tips the scale over into excess, lethargy, just not feeling good. So there's a little passage I'm going to read from this book called the Yamas and Niyamas that relates to Brahmacharya. And if this resonates with you, great. If not, then just throw it out. We are here on this world in part to feel enjoyment and pleasure. If we are in the pleasure and not the addiction, we are practicing Brahmacharya. If we are feeding our mental stories and have moved past bodily comfort, we are in addiction and out of harmony with this guideline. Non-excess is not about non-enjoyment. It actually is about enjoyment and pleasure in its fullest experience. The questions before us are you eating the food or is the food eating you? Are you doing the activity or is the activity doing you? Can you enjoy pleasure without excess? In answering these questions, we have to be able to discern between what the body needs in the moment and the story our mind is telling us. We also must be fearless in facing our sadness, grief, and disappointments without needing to soothe them with food or sex. And you could add to that list whatever addictive thing that resonates in your mind. So part of the practice today is going to be engaging the bandhas. Those are energetic locks within the body. And by engaging bandhas in certain poses, you can control the energy in the body and where it goes. So we'll get started. Find a comfortable seated position. Lift your chest, find good posture, and allow the shoulder blades to drop down. And close your eyes. Give yourself a moment to settle into your space. Relaxing your legs. Softening your facial muscles. And then with the lips gently closed, start to tune into your breath. Gradually deepening your inhales. And lengthening out your exhales, slowing them down. Relaxing the abdomen as you breathe in. And lightly drawing the navel in as you exhale. When you're ready, you can bring Ujjayi Pranayama into the practice, victorious breath control, gently constricting the muscles in the back of your throat. And we'll take a few more rounds, developing our victorious breath control. Breath control also being the same as energy control in yoga philosophy. Once you finish your next exhale, gently open your eyes. Inhaling, reach your arms out and up overhead. Interlace your fingers and press your palms up, stretching out the shoulders, the forearms, the side body. Keep the chest lifted, crown of the head up toward the ceiling. Take another deep breath in, get a little taller. And then exhaling, turn your palms toward you, press the knuckles forward and hunch your back, tucking your chin down, stretching between the shoulder blades. And then we'll move with the breath. Inhale, lift your arms, press the palms up, arch your back. Exhale, hunch over, pressing the knuckles forward. Inhale, come up into a seated cow, sticking the chest out, lifting it up. Exhale, hunch back into a seated cat. We'll do that 2 more times. Inhale, reach up, press the palms up, lift your chest. Exhale, hunch back, pressing knuckles forward. Inhale, come up, reach up, stretch up. Exhale, hunch back. And then inhale, come to a neutral spine. Keep the fingers interlaced, bring your hands near your chest, and then make some figure eights with your wrists, loosening them up. Okay, release your arms, shake out your wrists a little bit. And then again, reach out and up, deep breath in, get taller. Exhale, twist to your right, bringing left hand to right leg. Right fingertips pressing to the floor to help keep your chest lifted. Maintain even space between your vertebrae. One more deep breath in. And exhaling, release your twist. If you're cross-legged, switch the cross of your legs, bringing inside foot to the outside. Inhale, reach out and up. Exhale, twist to the left, bringing right hand to left leg. Left arm is your kickstand to keep the spine tall. Shoulders are relaxed down. Breath is steady. One more deep breath in. Exhaling, release your twist. Bring your hands down in front of you. Stick your chest out, lengthening the spine. Deep breath in. Exhale, fold forward, walking the hands forward. Some of you might go to the forearms. Maybe you stay up on the hands. Feel free to let your head hang. And keep breathing. One more full breath cycle here. And on your inhale, walk your hands back in, sit back up. And we'll come to all fours. Once you get there, step your right foot forward for a lunge. Feel free to use your blocks if you need longer arms. You can also keep your hands on your right thigh if you prefer. We're just allowing the left hip flexors to stretch and lengthen. If you'd like a little more balanced challenge, you can reach your arms up overhead. If you want more of a restful position, you can fold over your leg. Keep breathing. One more deep breath in, coming upright if you folded forward. And then exhaling, tuck the left toes, lift your knee and hop the foot a little more forward, coming into pyramid. You might want to use blocks to help your back get straight so you're not hunched over. Press down both feet and lift the tailbone up, tilting the pelvis forward. If you feel like fidgeting a little bit here, you can shift the hips side to side subtly. One more deep breath in. Exhaling, step left foot forward. Right foot way back, come into your lunge, bringing the knee to the floor. And you got the same options as the other side. You can reach your arms up if you'd like. You can stay as you are, or you can fold over your leg. Keep breathing deeply and slowly, controlling the energy. Deep breathing is one way to conserve energy. When we get stressed, the breath tends to get shallow. And we lose energy in the body and mind. One more deep breath in, coming upright if you folded forward. Exhale, tuck the right toes, lift your knee, and hop the foot forward enough to root the heel down. Straightening both legs for pyramid. Flatten your back. Maybe look a little forward. That can help fix the hunch in the upper back. And again, you can subtly shift the hips around side to side if that feels good. One more deep breath in. Exhaling, step right foot forward, feet are hip width. Come into a forward fold, maybe grabbing opposite elbows, or just letting your arms hang. Relax your neck and breathe. Release your arms if you're holding them. Walk your hands to shins or thighs. Come into a half fold, straightening the back. Look a little forward. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, fold back down, plant your palms and step to downward dog. Fingers are spread and rooted. Lift up out of the shoulders, pressing your chest back towards your thighs. And feel free to pedal out your legs if you'd like. Bring your legs back to stillness if you're pedaling them. Go to your tiptoes. Fire up the legs to press forward into plank. Shoulders are over the wrists. Take a deep breath in here. And then exhale, pull your belly in, lift back up to downward dog. Inhale, press with the legs to plank. Exhale, navel in, downward dog. One more time, press with the legs to plank. Breathe in. Exhale, belly in, downward dog. Take a full breath cycle here. And then come down to your knees for thread the needle. Right hand is a little forward. Thread the left arm underneath, twisting at the waist to come down to your shoulder and the side of your head. If you want, you can extend the right arm more toward the front of the mat to get a deeper side stretch and shoulder. One more deep breath in. Exhaling, press down to come back up. And switch. Take your left hand forward, making room. Thread the right arm underneath. Come down to the shoulder and the side of your head. Maybe that left arm extends toward the front of the mat. One more deep breath in. Exhaling, press left hand down to come up to all fours. Tuck your toes, and on your exhale, downward dog. Inhaling, look forward between your hands. Exhale, walk or hop to a forward fold at the front of the mat. Unlock your knees, reverse swan dive, reaching out and up. Deep breath in. Exhale, hands to heart center. And we'll do some classical sun salutations. Have your feet together at the front of the mat, hands to heart. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, press your palms together. And we'll start. Inhaling, reach up overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Step your right foot way back, knee to the floor, low lunge. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, press to plank using the legs. Exhale, bring knees down. Keep your butt lifted as you bring chest and chin to the floor. Lower the hips for cobra, sliding the chest forward, shoulder blades squeezing back. Exhale, downward dog. Maybe the right knee comes down first. It's going to go down anyway. Step left foot forward, low lunge. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reaching up overhead. You can reach out or forward. It's up to you. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Step your left foot way back, bringing the knee down, low lunge. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, press forward to plank. Exhale, bring knees down, then chest and chin, toes pressing into the mat. Inhale, cobra, lower ribs touching the floor. Exhale, downward dog. Right foot will come forward, left knee to the floor. The knee can come down first. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reaching up overhead. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Right foot back, knee down, low lunge. Inhale. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, plank, strong core. Exhale, knees, chest, chin down. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, downward dog. Left foot forward, low lunge. Inhale. Exhale, step forward and fold. Inhale, reaching up overhead. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, reach. Exhale, fold. Left leg back, inhale. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, plank. Exhale, knees, chest, chin down. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, downward dog. Right foot forward, inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, reach. Exhale, fold. Right foot, inhale. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, plank. Exhale, knees, chest, chin down. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, downward dog. Left leg forward, inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, reach. Exhale, fold. Left leg back, inhale. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, plank. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, downward dog. Right leg forward, inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, hands to heart. One more round. Inhale, reach. Exhale, fold. Right leg back, inhale. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, plank. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, downward dog. Left leg, inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, reach. Exhale, fold. Left leg, inhale. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, plank. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, downward dog. Right leg forward, inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reaching up. And exhale, bring hands back to heart center. Release your arms down by your sides for mountain pose, Sadasana. Feet are together, rooted down firmly. Squeeze your legs together. Slow down your breath in this pose. Draw the navel in, lift your chest, and reach your fingertips toward the floor. Feel that sense of balance between effort and ease as the body is engaged and you're controlling your breath, controlling your energy. And release. Open relax the pose, and we're gonna face the long edge of the mat, stepping the feet wide apart. Have your feet parallel to each other, and then interlace your fingers behind your back. Have palms squeeze in together, even if that means hands need to stay closer to the tailbone. On your inhale, lift the chest, pull the shoulders back. Exhale, lead with your chest, fold forward. Bending at the hips. If you can keep the shoulder heads rolled away from your chest and the palms together, then maybe you can peel your hands away from the lower back. Feel that stretch in the inner thighs and the hamstrings, the chest and the shoulders. And breathe. One more deep breath in. And exhaling, bring your hands toward your lower back. Release them to the floor. Come into a half fold, deep breath in. Exhale, extended side angle. Turn your right toes out, walk your hands inside the foot. Maybe your forearm is on the thigh. Maybe your hand is on the floor, but turn your torso to face the side instead of facing the floor. And reach your left arm, bicep near the cheek, palm facing the floor. You can also put a hand or a block under your hand if going down to the floor makes you turn your chest down. Notice your breath. One more deep inhale. And exhaling, we're going to come into bound triangle. So straighten your right leg. Bring your left arm behind the back. Maybe your fingers go into the hip crease. Take your left foot a little closer, toes angled in so the hip is internally rotated. And then right hand will go to ankle, foot, shin, thigh, anywhere on the leg that allows you to keep your chest pulling up and to the side. Root down both feet. Stabilize with your legs. And from here, we're going to go into bound reverse triangle. So everything from the hips down will stay the same. So keep that diagonal in the hips as you bring your torso up. Reach right arm up and over, palm facing behind you or the floor. Good. Keep breathing. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, release your arms. Level the hips and take the feet sideways again. And then we'll switch and do that sequence on the other side. Turn left toes out. Bend the knee, maybe forearm is on thigh. If you can keep your torso facing the side instead of the floor, maybe take your hand down to the floor or block. And then right bicep near the cheek. Stretching that arm. Keep breathing. You know what your body needs. You know what your strengths are. Honor them, as well as the limitations you might feel you have. Maybe they're not as limiting as you think they are. Or maybe you have some injuries or something that you need to take special care of and be cautious of. Now let's come into bound triangle. The right arm will go behind the back, straighten the left leg. Maybe slide your hand up the leg somewhere. And right foot a little closer, toes angled in so the hip is internally rotated. Some directions you can look is you can look straight to the side, you can look up toward the ceiling, rotating the neck, or you can look down at your foot. Whatever's comfortable for your posture, your practice. Now root down your feet, engage your core, bring your torso upright, keeping that diagonal in the hips. And then reach left arm up and over for reverse triangle. Urdhva Trikonasana. Keep breathing. One more deep breath in. And exhaling, release your arms. Level the hips and turn your feet so they're, both toes are out. So your feet are at diagonals now. Hip joints should be externally rotated. Come into a wide squat or a variation of goddess. Putting hands on your thighs. Press the knees apart, use your glutes to do so. Opening up the hips. Keep breathing. Woo. One more deep breath in. Exhale, stand and bring your feet together. Go to the front of your mat. Inhale, reach out and up. Maybe look up into a back bend. Exhale, swan dive forward. Inhale, come halfway up. Exhale, downward dog. For the next 2 breaths, you can take a rest, or you can move with your breath flowing through vinyasa, coming to plank on your inhale. Exhale, lowering knees, chest, chin, or doing chaturanga if it's in your practice. Inhale, cobra or upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. And we'll meet back in downward dog if you're not already there. On your inhale, lift your right leg up. Exhale, bring knee to chest, shoulders over wrist, pull in the belly. Inhale, one-legged downward dog again. Exhale again, knee to chest, navel pulling in, engage your core. One-legged downward dog, inhale. Exhale, use that knee to chest, belly pulling in to try to place your foot right behind your hands, or between your hands, I mean. If it doesn't quite get there, just grab it and bring it forward. Go into a high lunge. And instead of reaching the arms up, we're going to interlace fingers behind the head, pressing the elbows wide apart to open up the chest. At any point, you're welcome to lower your left knee to the floor for a little more stability. Really straighten that back leg if the knee is off the floor. Pull the navel in, keeping the core engaged. Now inhaling, reach your arms up, step your left foot a few inches forward and to the left. Let the heel drop straight back and then spin it in just slightly for warrior one. Hips angling toward the front of the mat. Back leg really straight at the knee. One more deep inhale. Exhale, hands down, downward dog. And again, you can rest for the next 2 breaths or flow through vinyasa, coming to plank on your inhale. This time I'll demonstrate chaturanga on your exhale, bending the elbows straight back. Pause when you get to the pose, and then flip the tops of your feet for upward dog. Knees are off the mat, chest is expanded. Exhale, downward dog. Inhaling, lift your left leg up. Exhale, knee to chest, shoulders over a strong core. Inhale, one-legged downward dog again. Exhale again, knee to chest, belly pulling in. Inhale, one-legged downward dog. Exhale, use that core engagement to step your foot between your hands. Maybe the left hand lifts a little bit to help get it there. And then come upright. We'll interlace fingers behind the head again. This time, we're going to take the forearms and hug them against the temples for a little different stretch. It'll be more in the lats and triceps here. Core engaged. Lean your head back into your hands. And if you're keeping that right knee lifted, really straighten the knee. Make your glutes fire up back there. Breathe. Notice where you're putting your energy. Are you putting it into the breath and stabilizing the pose, or is your mind wandering around to other thoughts? Now as you inhale, reach your arms up. Hop the right foot forward and to the right a few inches. Let the heel drop straight back and then spin it in just slightly. Warrior one. Virabhadrasana one. One more deep breath in. Exhale, downward dog. Take a rest or flow through vinyasa, moving with your breath. From your downward dog, look at your hands and bring them a little closer together. We're going to hop or walk the feet outside the hands to go into Malasana, garland, often called squat. So the feet will be a little wider than your hips. Toes turned out via hip joints externally rotating. If your butt's pretty low, you can put your upper arms against your inner thighs, hands to heart. If your heels are lifted, it's going to strain the knees in time. So either take the feet further apart or stay a little higher with forearms on thighs. And here we're going to bring some awareness to the bandhas, those energetic locks. You can also sit on blocks if you need a little rest. So close your eyes. Let your belly relax as you take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, draw about 2 inches below the navel in, and then lift your pelvic floor like you got to pee and you're trying to hold it in. Relaxing the belly as you breathe in deeply and slowly. And slowly exhaling, draw in 2 inches below the navel and lift the pelvic floor. Try that 2 more times, relaxing the belly as you breathe in, deep and slow. Slowly exhaling, draw in below the navel and lift the pelvic floor. One more on your own. Complete your exhale, engage the bandhas, and then go to a forward fold. Let your legs take a break. Feet hip width and parallel. And then we're going to put that bandha practice into some work on crow. Bring your palms to the floor. Go up to your tiptoes, bend your knees and drop your butt, and try to get your knees way up to the backs of your arms. So then the elbows are going to bend toward the feet. Try to bring shins to the upper arms as you lift your butt a little to lean forward into your arms, looking forward. The exhale is drawing the low belly in, lifting the pelvic floor. Lean so slowly forward that the time eventually comes when the tips of your big toes are barely touching the floor. And then maybe your feet will lift and come up towards your butt. Feel the lightness as you engage the bandhas, drawing in the low belly, lifting the pelvic floor. Keep practicing this. I'm going to give you some time to work on it. Use your upper back. And release back into a forward fold. We're going to take the hands under the feet, so we're standing on the palms to release the wrists. Bend your knees as much as you need to get the tops of your hands to the floor. If you're only standing on your fingers, you're not getting that wrist stretch. And of course, there might be times when it hurts to get all the way to the top of your hand on the floor, and that's okay to skip that. This is Patahastasana. Notice your breath here. Take one more deep inhale. Exhaling, release your hands from under your feet. Inhale halfway up. Exhale, fold down and find your way back to downward dog. And then here you have 2 breaths to rest or flow through vinyasa. And we'll meet back in downward dog. On your inhale, look forward, go to your tiptoes and bend your knees like you're spring loading. Exhaling, walk or float your hips up and land your feet forward. Look forward, reverse swan dive. Reach out and up, deep breath in. Exhale, bring your hands to your heart. We're gonna work on crow again, a little differently this time. I'm using a block, so grab one of them. If you don't have a block, you probably have something at home you could use that'll suffice. So we're gonna stand on it. Hopefully this is close enough. So what we're gonna do is put the hands to the floor first in front of the block. Step your feet up, so your toes are on the block. And this it will help if you have a hard time getting your knees high up enough to the back of the arms, because it'll raise your knees up. So bend the elbows down toward your feet. Bend your knees into your armpits and start leaning forward, looking forward. Upper back engaged. Maybe your feet leave the block, maybe they don't. Don't try to force your feet off of whatever they're on though. If you're not ready to lift the feet and you do anyway, you're gonna fall. So move so slowly into the upper body that the time comes when you're barely touching the feet to anything. Then you know you might be ready to lift them up. When you come out of it, just be mindful that the block is there, you don't trip over it. Keep playing with it though. I'm gonna give you a little time. If your wrists get tired, take a break, maybe go to Mulasana and shake them out for a minute and try again. Keep playing around, have some fun. All right, we'll meet back in a forward fold again. Maybe Take a moment to circle your wrists around, making gentle fists. And then reverse direction. And release. Inhale, halfway up, straighten your back. Exhale, downward dog. Feel free to flow through vinyasa if you'd like, or take the next couple breaths to rest. Okay, let's meet in tabletop. From there, we're going to go down to the belly. So feel free to go up to plank and lower through chaturanga if you want. Otherwise, just make your way down however works for you. Going into Sphinx, the forearms will be on the mat. Feet a little wider than your hips. Tops of the feet on the floor. Start with the legs, really fire them up. Push your hips down and lift the knees. And then pull your chest forward, shoulders back. Belly in to support the lower back so your core muscles stay engaged. If this hurts the lower back, take your arms a little more forward. And remember to breathe. One more deep inhale. And exhaling, come down and rest. If you'd like, you can bend your knees and windshield wiper your feet side to side to loosen up your hips and your lower back. Bring your legs back to stillness, feet to the floor, and walk the legs together. Reach your arms back by your sides. Squeeze your legs tight together and come up into locust, lifting shoulders, chest, and head. Maybe the hands hover, maybe the feet do. If you prefer, you can bend the knees and grab your ankles for bow, pushing the feet into the hands to go into your back bend. One more deep inhale. And exhale, come down and rest. Bring your hands under your shoulders. Couple of options here. You can go to tabletop or plank. Either one, try to lift your hips before anything else. So if you're going to tabletop, push your knees down, lift your hips up first, and then the chest. If you're going into plank, lift the knees, then the hips, and then try to push up. It's a lot harder, but it'll make it easier on your back. Hold for 2 breaths. Pulling the belly in, contracting your legs. One more inhale. And exhaling, go down to your knees and have a seat. Setting up for boat, Navasana. Bring your feet forward. You can hold the back of your thighs for this one or reach your arms forward to make it more challenging. Try to sit up straight, lift up or straighten your back, and then lean back. Feel your abdominal muscles engaged to catch you from falling back. Bringing awareness to Uddiyana Bandha and Mula Bandha. Uddiyana is 2 inches below the navel. Mula Bandha is the pelvic floor, the root bandha. Relax the belly as you breathe in. Let it stick out. Who cares who's looking? As you exhale, low belly draws in, pelvic floor lifts. Relax the belly to breathe in. Exhale, low belly draws in, pelvic floor lifts. Maybe lifting the feet if you'd like. We'll do this for 2 more breaths. Exhaling, low belly draws in, pelvic floor lifts. 1 more. Finish your exhale, pull in and up, and then have a seat. Any position, any way that's comfortable for you. Take a break. And we're going to use that pose, boat pose, Navasana, to transition down to our back. So make sure you have room behind you for your back on the mat. You can hold the backs of your thighs. You can reach your arms forward. You can have your feet lifted. Take a breath in. Exhale, pull the low belly in, lift the pelvic floor, and hunch your back to come down one vertebra at a time. This is an eccentric contraction of your abdominal muscles to lower you down. And then rest. Let's take the soles of the feet together, knees bent out to the sides, or reclined Bandha angle. Rest your hands on your belly. Notice if you feel any pulsing after the blood rushed into the abdominal muscles. Take one more deep breath in. And slowly exhaling, draw the knees back together. Hug your knees to your chest. And maybe rock side to side, massaging your back against the floor. And we're gonna do some more core work with leg lifts. Lift your legs straight up, go into inverted staff. We're gonna lower the legs away from the body to get enough momentum to swing them up along with the hips, like you're starting to get into plow. It'll be an inhale as you lower the legs. Exhale, bring your hips up and try to come down slowly to your back. Use that eccentric contraction of your abdominal muscles. Inhale, bring the legs away from you. Exhale, fling the hips up and come down with control, slow. Inhale, legs go away. Exhale, hips up. Keep exhaling as you're coming down. Inhale, legs lower away. Exhale, fling the hips up, come down with control. Feel free to hold the edges of your mat like I am. Inhale. Exhale up, come down with control. Keep exhaling. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Two more. Inhale. Exhale. One more. Inhale. Exhale up and come down slow. And then rest. Rest in whatever position feels good right now. We're going to use that same exercise to go into plow to set up for shoulder stand. So if you've never done this before, watch me first, because it's important that you don't turn your head when you're doing this sequence. But if you already know the sequence, go ahead and do it. So we're going to lower the legs away, fling the hips up, bring the hands to the lower back, hold the lower back, and then wiggle the shoulder blades closer together behind you. So this is plow, the legs in the full pose, the tops of the feet are on the floor, but that's not necessary. If your legs are hovering, that's fine. From plow, you're gonna lift your legs up, still looking up toward the ceiling. Don't turn your head at all while you're doing this. And this is shoulder stand. I'll have you guys hold it for a while, and then I'll cue you to come back down into plow. And then knees will come down toward the face, and you'll roll to your back. So I'll guide you through all that with my words, but now that you got a visual, to have an idea what to do. So bring your legs straight up in the air, go to inverted staff first, and you're welcome to stay right here. This is an inversion too. You get a lot of the same benefits as shoulder stand. If you want to do the sequence, you'll fling your legs up overhead, hands to the lower back. Take a moment and plow, wiggling the shoulder blades closer toward each other behind you. Lift your tailbone up and then lift your legs straight up into shoulder stand. And then hold whatever position you're in for the next several breaths. Breathing the whole time, deep and slow. All right, if you're in shoulder stand, start to lower your legs back behind your head into plow. Remember not to turn your head. Once you get into plow, bend your knees down toward your forehead. And then push your forearms against the mat. Keep your thighs close to your belly as you roll one vertebra at a time down to the floor. Once your entire back is down, don't rush if you're not there yet, but once it is, put your feet on the floor and extend your legs all the way down. Take a moment there to rest. And then we'll come up into fish to counter all that compression we've had in the neck and shoulders. Go up to your forearms, legs together, point your toes away from you. And then the key is to lift up the chest, broadening across the collarbones. You're welcome to drop your head back if that's comfortable for your neck. And tuck your chin and come down to your back rest. Let's come into a spinal twist. Bend your knees. Scoot your hips over to the right edge of the mat. Take your knees up towards your chest, and then let knees and feet drop to your left. Extend your arms out to the sides, palms facing up. If your right shoulder blade is lifted off the floor, put something underneath your left thigh. You'll be in the same twist, but with less risk of the shoulder joint being compromised. Breathe. Now inhaling, bring the knees back up to center. Straighten your spine and then move your hips over to the left. The hips, not the knees. Take your knees up towards your chest and then let knees and feet drop to your right. And again, if that left shoulder blade is lifted off the floor, place a block or something underneath your right thigh to put that shoulder joint in a healthy position. Breathe deep and full. Inhaling, bring the knees back up to center. Straighten your spine. Bring your arms by your sides, feet hip width apart. And lift up into bridge for a few breaths. Lifting the hips, the spine, the chest. Inner thighs stay engaged so the knees are hip width, not wider. And slowly come down with control. Extend your legs down to the mat. Take them a couple feet apart. Actually, let's bring the legs together for this, all the way together. Reach your arms back behind you. Just reach the fingertips back or interlace the fingers and point the index. Stretch out your whole body, pressing the heels away from you, reaching the arms away from you. It might feel good to create a little lift in the lower back here. Take another deep breath in. And then exhaling, bring your arms a couple feet away from the hips, palms facing up. Take your legs a few feet apart and relax them, setting up for Shavasana. Close your eyes if they're not already. Relax the muscles of your face. Relax your shoulders. Relax your hips and your thighs. Let all four limbs be heavy. And relax. 2, deepen your breath. Bring some gentle movement back into the body to wake it up. Give yourself one last stretch, whatever might call out to you. Bend your knees, roll gently to one side, and press back up into a seated position. Om Shri Guru Pyo Namaha Harihi Om Akanda Mandala Karam Vyattamena Chara Charam Tatparam Darshitamena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Namaste. Thank you everyone for sharing your practice with me. Hope you have a good day, and I'll see you soon.